the secrets that are mine alone, but which I would be willing to share with you.
At the expense of my companions' lives?
I'm sorry. You'd have to choose between them and me.
A man inspired by the sea finds his awakening when his dreams of building a submarine come true. Brian Cox, a Southern California man, spent his entire life growing up near the ocean. He was first interested in submarines after watching the movie 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
There's a fork on your left, Mr. Land, or aren't you accustomed to utensils?
Later, he found a National Geographic Submarine Builder edition and was inspired. He began scuba diving when he was 20 years old and was always interested in underwater adventure. In 2000, he discovered a website and club called psubs.org, which stands for Personal Submersibles. Cox says,
"It was other people I got to talk to, other people who were also interested in building submarines. And so it was extremely helpful talking to other people who were also involved in it.
Cox built his first model around the year 2002. He ended up building a couple different models and created multiple drawings of different ideas that he had.
The concept that I really liked was the flying sub, where it flies like an airplane underwater, just like an airplane.
Fascinated with the flying sub design, he decided to model his own submarine after this flying submarine idea. Something that really determined the ultimate design and size of the submarine was how many people he wanted to fit in it. He decided to build a 2-man submarine so that someone could experience the dive and underwater exploration alongside of him. Because finances were limited during the building process, Cox focused on the small costs that occurred during the beginning stages.
Since my finances were limited, I started on the easiest part to do, which didn't cost me that much money to build. It was more more labor intensive, but so that way I was able to work on it over a period of a number of years and not incur a large amount of cost right at the beginning.
Cox plans to dive his submarine off the coast of California and take it out to the Channel Islands such as Anacapa and Santa Cruz Island, in hopes of exploration and the possible discovery of ancient Spanish gold where galleons went down in the 15 or 1600s. Cox knows of people whose job is to salvage wrecked ships, so he may get involved with them to help salvage the wrecked ships that sit at the bottom of the ocean. In addition to exploring wrecked ships, Cox wants to use his submarine for an ocean farming business growing mussels. He would use the submarine to position underwater anchors to hold ropes in place for mussels to grow on. Cox has a friend who also built his own submarine and lives in Canada. The men met at a submarine convention and planned to meet halfway between Canada and Southern California at a lake one day to take their submarines out for a dive. Submarine conventions take place just about every year in the United States, either on the east or west coast.
We have a convention at some hotel or something, and then they'll bring the sub to the parking lot and everybody gets to climb inside.
Last year, the convention took place at Whatcom Lake in Washington. The second day of the convention usually consists of diving the submarines. 2 years ago, Cox was a diver at the convention where he helped some guys dive their submarines. Cox's journey has been a long one. He has dedicated 15 years to this masterpiece in Underwater Dream, and in just a few months, the dream will come alive. When he dips down into the salty water and the world above him sits waiting, he will fly through the deep blue among the dolphins, fish, and the deep, mysterious, yet beautiful unknown.